back to winning isn't easy. How should I answer the question on the activity of daily living form? How bad is your pain? Well, again, the answer is truthfully. And again, that might be easier said than done. You might be tempted to once again answer that question based on your diagnosis because you think that will carry the day. That's not what will carry the day. They know what the diagnosis is generally. What they want to know is what are the symptoms that you have, the severity of those symptoms, and how those symptoms impact your ability to function, not only at home, but in the workplace. Now, let's talk about your symptoms, your pain, your functionality. Ultimately, the carrier or plan has to determine whether you're capable of doing your own occupational duties, as that term is defined, or any occupation duties, as that plan, or as that term rather, is defined. Now, when you see the doctor is going to ask you, how are you doing? And I don't want to see in your medical record something that says, well, I'm doing fine. I had a good day. I'm okay. None of those words mean anything, but every one of those words can be taken out of context by the carrier, and they will. You don't want to exaggerate your pain, but you want to explain it in a way that's understood. Sometimes doctors or even carriers will have you use a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the least, 10 you'd be in the emergency room. I personally hate these scales. I am very stoic. I have a very, very, very high pain level. So what you may consider painful wouldn't bother me at all. And so people apply their own subjective analysis, if you will, to these pain scale ratings. But if you're going to be using a pain scale rating, you don't want to tell the carrier or the doctor that your pain level is 10 out of 10 every day, day in and day out. They're going to wonder why on earth you weren't in the emergency room or hospitalized. That type of comment, 10 out of 10, is an exaggeration. Everybody experiences pain differently, but you don't need to exaggerate your level of pain for your doctor or the carrier or the plan to believe you. And if you feel that way about your doctor, that's a key. You need to find a new doctor. You want to be truthful about the symptoms, your pain, and how it impacts your ability to do things. Now, I know that pain levels can vary depending on whether you're taking medication, how effective the medication is, what you're doing. You have good days, you have bad days. So I don't really like these open-ended questions. If you're having that type of situation going on, we want to give examples. On a good day, my pain level might be X, and that allows me to do 1, 2, 3, 4, but then I pay for it, and then I have to lie down, ice, whatever it is you need to do to recover or to have those symptoms or pain levels subside. It might be that you actually have a bad day. So you're having a good day and you go out and you do something, but you pay the price the next day. So you want to make sure that, in my view, that you're giving examples of ranges. This is your average pain on a good day, on a bad day, and how that might alternate depending on activity. That activity needs to be consistent with what you've told your doctor and with what you've reported on your activity of daily living forms, and God forbid, what you've got on your social media accounts. So again, it might be that you have difficulty sitting. You might have problems with your upper extremities. You might have to take a nap. You might have good days or bad days. You might have difficulty concentrating. You may be limiting your driving. Whatever it is, in my view, that's okay to explain, not in excruciating detail, but in a range fashion, so that if for some reason they put surveillance on you, what you're doing is within the range of what you said you could do. Please don't use the word never. I never do this, I never do that. I promise you, they will have a surveillance picture of you doing exactly what you said you never did. Or there'll be that social media account that shows you doing what you never said you could do. Okay? So ideally, you're going to be talking about the location of your pain, the frequency of your pain, what symptoms you have associated with the pain. So you might have numbness and tingling, the interaction of those other symptoms together. And again, give examples of what impact the symptoms have on your functionality. You've heard the term KISS. Basically that is sort of an abbreviation for keep it simple, stupid. So keep it simple. Write it out, put it aside, wait a day or two, and come back and read it. Does it sound like an exaggeration? Is it accurate? Are there things that need to be changed? And better yet, if you're represented by an attorney such as myself, your attorney should want to review those ADL forms with you before they are submitted, and certainly compare what you have put on that ADL form with what's in your medical records. Got it? Let's take a break.